I rented this cozy little barn dominium in Canyon, Texas, in order to take the family on a hiking trip in Palo Duro Canyon. And this place is a little bit different because you drive down into the canyon and then you hike out of the canyon. You got to hike up. And we chose to go to Lighthouse Rock, which is over 300 feet above the base of the canyon. And I asked my oldest son to wear the RANGEMAN GPR H1000, G-Shock's newest tough outdoors watch. And I thought it'd be a little more interesting for you guys to see him test the trekking capabilities rather than me, because I am an overweight middle-aged man. But I am losing weight because I'm, wearing the GBD H2000. But I gave my son a little bit of a rundown on how to get the trekking going and get the GPS going. And he was off to the races because, he hikes a little bit faster than the rest of us. All right, who's going to win, the 18-year-old or the 44-year-old?
Severe brain injury or death?
I don't think I could get more brain injury.
It gets really hot in the canyon, dangerously hot. And by the way, my son Steve forgot the GBD 500. He's wearing the ProTrek PRW 3500.
That's the best way to enjoy a hike. Strapped to a sweaty mom. That's my 18-year-old son, but for the purpose of our Airbnb reservation, he's an infant. He's embarrassed to be walking with the rest of us. All right, don't fall off the trail. Really dangerous. I forgot to press start. All right, there we go. Trekking. We're trekking. Guys, we're trekking. We're gonna trek all the way up there. Family radio service, ladies and gentlemen.
Donald was singing along with you.
Roxana, did you hear Brian sing to you on the radio? I'm going really slow right now. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, my hips kill. My hips hurt right now. But I'm just powering through it like a dad would, and it's starting to loosen up, starting to feel better. And hopefully I'll be able to catch up to the rest of my family. I've fallen behind Donald. Even Donald's beating me right now. It isn't over yet, of course. We're just starting this long journey up Lighthouse Rock, which the first time I went I thought that was it. It is not. That is not the lighthouse. Just wait till you guys see it. You can't see it from here, but it's beautiful. This air out here, oh, it smells so good. You guys know I can't really smell, but I can sense all of the, what is that, cypress? Oh look, there's Philip and Brian. You guys see him? Where are they? Here they are. All right, this is the Yaesu FT5D. I don't know if you guys can see the screen, there's a lot of glare. But you have A and B band, okay? So I have the B, which is set to 652.562. All right, that is the family radio service, okay? And A, which is on the top, is set to 146.52, the national calling frequency, okay? I can broadcast out on the national calling frequency, and I can monitor family radio service. This radio out of the box cannot broadcast on FRS, but I can listen in.
It's as big as Donald's hand.
All right, they found a tarantula.
Is it small? Yeah, it's a small one.
I'll just hold my hand by him. See how big that sucker is. Look at him. 14 minutes into the hike. I'm starting to feel better, starting to walk easier. My old man legs are starting to feel, you know, they're coming down in age. They starting to feel like they did in their 30s. So we're making progress. I'm about to catch up to my family. We're spot on. Denise is wearing the DWH 5600. I got the GBD H2000. So mine has a GPS. Hers doesn't, relies on the phone GPS, but
I think it goes off my steps when my phone doesn't have GPS.
okay. Is it taking into account you carrying all of this weight?
She's only 20 pounds. She's a little baby.
And here's the altimeter, all right? And so it says 0 foot differential. None of this has been calibrated. It shows you your sunrise and sunset. You know what? I may have customized this in the time. And there's a barometer. So I'm going to put this on altitude because as a dad, I want to keep on saying what our elevation is and how much we've gained or lost. So the GBD H2000 says that we've gained 10 feet of elevation. We calibrated it over there, right?
That's more than 10 feet.
Yeah, so this hasn't been officially calibrated, so I don't think that it's accurate. I mean, you can see it kind of changing a lot, right? Standing still right here. All right, this says we're 0.9 miles in on the hike. You got your...
0.84, but I didn't start it right away.
Yeah, I forgot to start it right away too, so well, now I'm gonna have to switch the screen. Yeah, all right, so I guess I'm 0.4 of a mile off from the official mileage. 104 beats a minute. I've been, you know, as you guys know, I've been working out as much as I can, trying to get back in shape. I've lost a lot of weight wearing these fitness watches. So I feel a lot better hiking now than I did last year. And, you know, based on my heart rate, I'm not as stressed just walking with my day pack, which by the way, is a mystery ranch. This one normally costs, you know, $300 or $400, but on eBay for less than $200 from some guy in Florida. And it's the extra large size with the extra large waistband. So there you go. Anyways,
I see a rock Santa.
now it says we've gained 20 feet. So it sounds reasonable. I mean, I don't think this is like a really accurate precision instrument, but it's a good idea to see whether you're going up and down and how much you're going up and down. All right, Don, water break. All right, Roxana, watch out for scorpions. How you doing?
We got me a new Nalgene system in.
This is a hike, not a run.
Leave the diaper and the wipes. Put a rock on it so it doesn't blow away.
Roxana needs a little bit of a freshening of the diaper situation. And the diapers are in the boys' backpack. They're way ahead of us. So now we're communicating via radio.
Family radio channel.
Yeah, it really is.
Rock to you.
That's what we said at the beginning.
That's what we said in the beginning. Maybe you should listen to your parents the first time.
We were walking back the whole time. We were just joking about putting it on the trail.
I'm going to be disappointed if I don't see a diaper with a rock on it now.
This is really nice of the Texas Park Service to let us know how not to die while enjoying ourselves out here. And I don't know what it says, something. But anyways, my watch just let me know that I have achieved my fitness goal for today. Looks like Roxy wants some. This was named by someone who doesn't know Greek. Mega Omega. Omega means mega O.
Don't even have a brain. At least I have more brains than you. No, you don't. Just stop talking. Okay, sir. And don't call me Soul.
Hi.
Yes, sir.
This
Daddy's listening to us. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I am listening. This conversation started by them calling each other fat. I don't think that that's an approved form of communication
Shut up.
according to the FCC. This is not what family radio service
Sir.
should be for.
None of that talk on the radio.
Daphne started it. 1.9.
All right, Donald can't walk anymore, so that's where we're climbing up to. This is saying that I've gained 50 feet, but I think my other sons have gained a whole lot more. That's Andrew and Steven up there, chucking rocks off of Lighthouse Rock. I got another notification from my phone telling me I'm crushing my fitness goals, which is weird because like I put my phone on airplane mode. All right, we're hitting the incline now. It says I've gained 90 feet. All right, it's coming up.
He's scared of bears.
Are there bears?
Well, if you keep moving, the bears don't get you.
All right, come on, let's go.
So let's keep moving. Okay.
Yep, my heart rate's coming up. We're at 139, so it's starting to become a workout here. Yeah. All right, we're coming up out of the canyon. 170 feet from the bottom. All right, I'd say we're about 220 feet up. Does that look right? I just did 3 miles. So I got a notification for that. And anyways, what I was trying to say is that when you can put this GBDH 2000 in airplane mode. And at that point, there isn't any communication by Bluetooth or GPS. But when you put your iPhone in Bluetooth mode, or excuse me, airplane mode, the Bluetooth still works. Whoa. Lighthouse Rock. Looks like we still have some ways to go.
We're at the bottom of the lighthouse.
I've done too much talking about the watch, even Donald's ascending Lighthouse Rock. It's taken a minute. Oh, and there's another one of my kids. my oldest one. That's my youngest one. Woo!
It's those old man legs, Jimmy.
Yeah. All right, we made it to the height I think most normies go. So this says I've gained 265 feet. It says my heart rate's 83. It feels a little bit higher than that. All right, it's coming up. I would guess it's around 113, maybe 124, probably 128, maybe 130. But anyways, this one screen tells you, this is the altimeter screen. And there's further customization in the app. Now to customize screens, you have to use the app. Out of the box, you're just stuck with whatever screens they give you. All right, Roxana, you want to go all the way up there? There's Andrew's backpack, the Osprey Stratos 36. Oh, he has a good trail mix in here, I can tell. I'm gonna show us how to climb. Right there, Steve. You may be wondering how high this is. 325 feet from here to there. All right, we finally got enough sunlight on the PRW 3500. It's back on, and Steve didn't know this, but you can turn on this altimeter. And, well, it's on the metric system. I have to change that. But that little graph on the top will show you your ascent and descent, as well as the local time on the bottom. Normally, the altimeter on this GBDH 2000 can show a graph, but I don't have it pulled up here on the trekking function. And you might be able to through the customization. But right now, it's just showing you your altitude and the differential. And we'll try and determine whether or not you can get that graph, because I think that all of us Casio guys love that graph. All right, Steve, you want to climb back up? Are you doing a workout? Just working out. Unbelievable. 18-year-olds. All right, let's go up to the top here and play a little bit of football. Who brought the football? You can't go out of bounds. Steve, you have a future in rock climbing. So what do you think of the watch so far?
It's good. I just can't see what the time is whenever it's recorded and checking.
What does it say, 0?
That's my speed.
Oh, your speed 0.
Yeah, my heart rate's 93. Number of steps, 9,923.
Whoa.
That's what?
That's a lot.
Heart rate 98. Got it? We've gone for, that's a split time. There we go. 3.43 miles in 2 hours and 47 minutes.
All right. And there's no indication of your altitude or anything?
No, I don't have altitude. No. That's the toddler pace.
Yeah. That's what happens when
Then you're going up.
little Donald Just walk down the rocks like there's steps on a stair, Donald.
It's his first hike.
How old is he?
3.
Donald's 3.
I just had a birthday.
No, you didn't.
You're about to.
You're about to have a birthday.
Well, next month.
Remember, it's Andrew's birthday next, and then Daphne's birthday, and then Donald's birthday.
All right, Donald's not walking down. He's either sliding or jumping.
Whoa! Good slide, Dun Dun. Look at the bottom of his shoes. Show Daddy the bottom of your shoes.
Do you need new hiking boots, Don Don? Let's see the
They were
bottom.
just normal shoes.
He's the 5th boy to wear those shoes, so.
These are hand-me-down shoes, so. That sun's climbing almost straight overhead. I can't show you the time on this screen, but let me adjust it. Hold on. 11:30 a.m. So we're about to hit the dangerous part of the day when it starts to get really hot. Right now it's not too hot, and there's a breeze up there coming down into the canyon. It's a heat trap, and it's just like an oven. It will bake you. Donald, say giddy up. My iPhone wants me to know I've tripled my daily move goal. Can you believe that, D? All right, so the trekking mode has a screen for the sunrise and sunset, which would be really useful if you were backpacking. You need to know when the sun's going to set, so when you know when to stop and set up camp, and also when to plan for your next day, because when it's blazing hot like it is out here, you want to get your hiking in before it gets too hot. So you want to start as close as you can to sunrise, right? So we got up as early as we could, but of course we got a bunch of little kids, so we couldn't get that early. We started hiking, I guess it was about 8 o'clock. And while you're on the screen, it will show you the split time on the bottom, or the time of your whole trekking. So 3 hours and 12 minutes. Oh, and it also shows you the moon phase. If you wanted to do some late night hiking, well, it's the new moon now. It's going to be pitch dark. You better bring your headlamp. If it was a full moon, might as well go trail running. And you have to advance the screen to get to what the actual time is. That to me is really annoying. And also my son was complaining about that on the RANGEMAN. Like right now it's 11:51 a.m. Well, you have to scroll through the trekking screens to get to that information. It's not on every other screen. Let me show you the next one. The barometer also has a thermometer saying the temperature is 91.4. And again, not an accurate instrument, since the sensor, which is right there, is so close to my skin. It's going to read a lot of body heat. But the barometer has not been calibrated. Do not think it was correct. But this screen, again, look at the bottom, showing you your heart rate and the time of your expedition, but not the time of day. And this screen is showing the distance and the split time, which is the time for this since we started the expedition. But I think if you press back, let me press back, yep. If you press back, it will split it. So I just added a split in the middle of nowhere, just as a demonstration. It also shows you the pace. And a lot of these screens are customizable. I can't remember, sorry to say, I can't remember exactly what I customized on this GPR H1000 for the trekking. I believe all I did was just turn on all the screens. And this screen shows you your heart rate, the altimeter, and your rate of vertical ascent or descent in feet per hour. And of course, all the stuff can be set to the metric system. And this is the big old screen with your heart rate and giant numbers in the split time. And they still have this infuriating problem. Doesn't show you the time of day. So if you're wondering what time is it, you'd be left guessing. You'd be better off just looking at the sun, seeing how far away it is from its zenith, than actually looking at your watch. Thanks, Casio.
Mommy, we saw a horny toad.
And then you get a compass on the trekking. We're back to the altimeter. So this trekking feature is just part of Casio G-Shock's strategy to be a watch where it's difficult to know what is the time. Flies biting me. Anyways, everybody's gonna ask what knife I'm carrying. The Tecto A3 Delta. The serrated blade. I love serrated blades. And this is a automatic deploying knife. And then right here, I have my old favorite, the Leatherman OHT. A flip of the wrist, you get those pliers out. Right. It's good to have a multi-tool when you're carrying backpacks and equipment and stuff. For simple repairs, the knife on this is pretty bad, right? It'll work in a pinch. Knife's not that good. Denise fixed this sheath for me. Oh, you have to have a separate knife for some Leatherman if you want a real knife, unless you want to get that that new one. What's it called? What's that new Leatherman that I got called? The park rangers here have free cold water because it's so dang hot that I guess they would rather us have nice cold water than have to call a med flight. This is from the park ranger. All right, hey, let's see the watch. All right. Is it? Oh, you turned off the trekking?
I saved it.
So what'd you think about how it felt? Was it comfortable? All right, guys, quit keying up the radio. Was it comfortable?
A little bit.
You're not used to wearing a watch, right?
No.
Did you find it interesting or helpful to wear while you were hiking?
Yeah. Good time on miles.
Yeah. Well, we'll look at what you have on the app.
I carried Donald like a baby for 0.6 miles
Whoa! How'd you know it was 0.6 miles?
from the mile marker.
Oh, I was wondering if the DWH 5600 let you know.
I couldn't have used my watch because I was like actively carrying a baby.
Can you press enter on mine to stop? All right.
How many miles did you do?
Now hit save. You missed it. Yep. All right. Scroll through it. 4 hours and 24 minutes. 6.57 miles. Maximum heart rate 147. Cardio load 189. All right. Whoa, I burnt up a lot of fat. I'm going to have to replace that.
You burned 2,287 calories.
Wow, okay.
I only do 50.
What's for lunch, by the way?
Sandwiches
Is there a lot of fat?
and grapes.
You better add extra cheese to mine. All right, go back to the elevation.
You made 8 laps. What does that
Well, it's
even mean?
8.
So did I.
So this says our max altitude was 3,110 feet. And we went up and down, like totaling 1,110 feet. I think that's cumulative. Do that again. This is how you cool off.
Daddy, look at Roxy. Is that yours?
Hey, that's my water. Alrighty, we're back at the barn door. Just wanted to look at what the Casio Watches app had for the trekking that Andrew did. But he did not stopped the trekking when he got to the summit while he was waiting for us, so the pace is all skewed. But 7 miles total, back and forth, for 3 hours and 52 minutes. And again, he had to wait for us, and he had to walk back again to get Donald, who fell asleep while he was riding Julia's shoulders. But total ascent 1,625 feet, equal descent. That must be cumulative with all the up and down. And he spent 1,526 calories, which we are replacing now with sandwiches. Don't worry. So the life log, this is the cumulative steps that he took and the calories he burnt today, not just during the exercise. Let's go back to the trekking and take a look at that. And so here's the map. The confusing thing is that we went back and forth on the same route, and it looks blue the whole way, so he didn't expend that much energy. Let's see the heart rate info. Max heart rate 156 beats per minute, average 110. And then it shows the zones he was in. And so he got to light and moderate. Again, he's 18. He's about to turn 19. And so I thought that you guys would want to see like an actual athlete, what it looks like. But I don't think that you can really see the map that well because we went back and forth on the same route. And it was flat most of the way till we got to the end. Anyways, we'll look at mine later on because it's like there's way more red on my path because, you know, I was like on death's doorstep on a few of these parts. And so maybe it is more interesting to see the path of a middle-aged man because, you know, there was a lot of death warnings I got on mine. We'll look at mine in a minute. Let me eat first.
After lunch, we went back into the park, and most of the trails were closed because of the heat, because it was just so brutal. But there was a little trail that went to a cave. We went around the cave and explored it, and Denise got to hike without any babies. The babies stayed in the air conditioner with Grandma and Papa. And later that night, we had a movie night at the Barndo, where the kids watched a movie from 1977. Can you guess which one it is?
So let's look at my trekking from yesterday. I have a screen that's easier to see than my son's. So you can look at the map of it. At least I was earlier. Oh, there you go. You got to swipe down the information and you can zoom in on the map, okay? So this was a parking area at Palo Duro Canyon, and Roxy, what are you crying about? She's crying. She doesn't want to leave the Barndo. Okay. Anyways, so you can toggle up here in the corner. You can toggle whether you want a satellite information. And I think those flags are waypoints. I didn't use any. This is the first trekking event, so I just turned it on and went with it. And it's the same thing that happens to a lot of guys doing a workout. You think you have the exercise going, you didn't. So S is start. So this is the parking lot, right? So we're a little ways in, and I realized that I hadn't started the actual trekking. You have to hit enter again. So what happens, I'll just show you. What happens is that you hit trekking, you press this button, says please wait, and you're like, oh, it's going. And you start trekking while that's occurring. No, it's not going. You have to hit start again. All right, very confusing. But Denise has watched it the same thing too. She doesn't have trekking, but we'll look at hers. And so this trail, it's a lighthouse trail. It's pretty flat for most of it, and the reason why there's two lines is because it's one way in, one way out. All right. So I would say after this experience, I would say if you are in a one way in, one way out trek, to stop it and then start it again, or use the weight hit this button right here back, makes a split. It might divide up the information for your trek a little bit better. And so you can see every little detail, even when you kind of went off into the woods to, relieve yourself or whatever. And then so these different colors have to do with the intensity of the hike. And so my intensity was elevated just from being, middle-aged, overweight, just hiking. And on my son's, Andrew's, he's 18, it was blue, I think, all the way till you got to where it starts to climb up. And on this trail, it doesn't climb up till you get closer to the rock. So right about here, you can see some green. So that was the ascent, and it flattens out. And then once you get right by the rock, you have to climb again so you can see some elevated colors, all right? And so that is the map, and that map's pretty pinpoint accurate. I mean, or precise, I would say, that you can see on the satellite view. It follows the trail pretty well. All right, what's she crying about? Roxy, did you put your baby in the cooler? Oh, she's crying. Daphne put the baby in the cooler. No, don't do that. Roxy, your babies are in the cooler. Yeah, their names are O and E. Okay. And so you can see this information here. About 6.5 miles distance, 4.5 hours, which is terrible, but, like I said, Donald fell asleep while being carried by Julia on her shoulders. And there was a lot of delays, which happens when you're hiking with kids.
Jimmy.
Yes.
Most of those delays were you stopping to take a video.
I did. Yes, I did stop to take videos. There were a lot of animals and plants. A lot of really interesting stuff to see. Way more animals than you think you'd see in the desert. Dave, do you have yours?
It's charging right now.
Your phone?
Yeah.
Pull up your hike. We'll just look at it real quick. Denise has the DWH 5600. These are the steps I took yesterday when we did the hike. 2,000 steps, a lot of calories, replaced them all, don't worry. And you get a graph for the day. And so this red bar at the bottom is trekking, and I guess that blue bar is sleep. So it has your day all broken down, and then this graph here is your heart rate, so you can see that throughout the course of the day, and you can zoom in and out. So I think that some of you guys find a lot of this information pretty interesting. And you can break it down for the week, a month. And again, I hadn't been wearing the DWH or the GBD H2000. All right, so that's trekking. So, oh, and look, the trekking is actually going right now. Let me stop it. Let me discard this. So I would say that with the trekking, you might have to break up your trek if you're going in and out, unless hitting the back button will create different segments, during the trek. And so we'll do more treks to figure out the best way to use trekking with a watch. This is just the first trek that we used, and just wanted to see what it was like. And the customizations on the screen. All right, here's Denise, and somehow Denise managed to pick out a nice little What's that called? Avatar? Alright. Whoa, D, your nightly recharge is very good.
I'm surprised.
Compromised the other night, wow. I don't see the trek. Oh, here's the trek. She had to call it running because there's no trekking on her watch.
No, I put it in as walking.
Oh, you did? So that's not it. Okay, so this is... Denise doesn't have trekking on the DWH 5600. So she has it put down as walking. And again, so this is all done in conjunction with her phone, right? And it shows her walking down the road, which she did not do.
I forgot to turn it off after the hike.
Oh, that's us leaving. All right.
I was driving.
Okay. All right. So that's the parking lot, right? Where we started. And when she left, she forgot to turn it off. So we're driving. It was recording her as like running down the road at 20 miles an hour. All right. So she started there, hitting some green. This must have been when Roxy was fussy because her heart rate was elevated. Or is that walking back when you had to carry Donald?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
You carried your 50-pound toddler.
And so her watch does not have GPS, but it's still following the trail pretty closely, right? Not with as much detail as on mine, but I mean close enough that I mean it's interesting to look back through the map of your walk, and that's done in conjunction with the phone. Did you have the phone hooked up during the course of the hike?
Yeah, it's always hooked up.
Okay, so hers was hooked up. I think that my phone I thought was in airplane mode, or my phone was in airplane mode, but somehow was still relaying, what's it called? Notifications. All right, so that's the map, and then she walked more, but again, it's because she forgot to turn it off, and used a lot less calories. All right, and it has information for her speed. Her max speed was 36 miles an hour. D, I think the speed limit in the park is not 36 miles an hour. I'm going to have to show this to the park rangers.
Maybe I was running that fast.
Oh, okay, that was her running. You can't drive 36 miles an hour, but you can run 36 miles an hour. So I guess a lot of this information is incorrect on account of her forgetting to turn it off. But they breaks down the walk for your heart rate zone. Cardio load's very high. Energy used, tons of energy. We got some Brahms ice cream in Canyon afterwards. So, I mean, what advantage is there to trekking? I think that for this information, I don't think there's like a huge advantage for trekking. And this is just based on what I know, which is obviously incomplete information. But I think with trekking that it's designed to ping the GPS less frequently if you wanted to stretch out the battery life. Otherwise, it looks like this walking did pretty well. And the DWH 5600 isn't a bad watch choice for hiking, you know, if you're a hiker who brings his phone. You know, if you're a hiker who does not bring his phone, then you probably want the RANGEMAN or the GPDH 2000. Gentlemen, Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. No man comes to the Father except through him. I'm Jim Kinkade. Thanks for watching.